They say a picture speaks 1,000 words. But can it capture the meaning of a 15,000 word dissertation? What about sculpture or photography? Well, here at ARU, we went on a mission to find out. Welcome to the School of Humanities and Social Sciences Creative Bootcamp. Through a process of discussions and interviews, we selected 11 students to become creative ambassadors and challenged them, with the help of 3 creative technicians, to compress these complex ideas into a single piece of art. The catch? They only have 4 days. We had to quickly get them into a creative mindset, and to do that, we took a playful turn. Lego.
Fiona talked to me about the Creative Bootcamp, and I sort of thought, okay, so we need to get the students quite quickly thinking from detailed academic research, writing it out and being big documents. So basically I sort of think, okay, we've got probably about an hour to switch them from that into starting to think creatively about what they're going to make. So the Lego kind of helps to focus in, and the way I use it is that you ask kind of simple questions first, and you get more complicated as you go on. So yeah, you start by just building a tower, and that's just a tower. But then as soon as you start to introduce metaphor, all of a sudden, like, one brick can represent anything. It could be an actual building, it could be a bit of money, it could be a tree, whatever you want it to be. As soon as you've got a story in mind, you can connect the bricks together, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like at the end, as long as it makes sense to you as a story, and then you can tell that story because you've got confidence in the model.
Okay, so my subject matter is around politics, and what I like about politics is how it helps you better understand power and power dynamics. Politics is just power. And the Lego formation sort of forms a hierarchy. And we have our little blocks here for our multinational corporations and our data.
One force behind the project is the fact that humanities and social science students, we're very text-based subjects. So we write essays, we write dissertations, and that's a really important part of our subjects. But often those essays get locked away on teaching sites and in email inboxes, and they don't see many people. Not many people read them. Tutors do, and maybe friends and family do. But it's about sort of trying to get those really important topics, students' passions, out into the world in a different form. So it's trying to sort of break out of the dissertation and the essay.
Now that the participants are thinking outside the box, it's time for them to meet our creative technicians and get hands-on in the workshops.
Have a breath. Have a breath. You're okay. Okay. So you need to stretch out. Okay. So slowly down and slowly back.
So our participants were clear about the messages they wanted to get across and how creative projects can have an impact. But did they know how to reach their audience? Day 2 kicks off with a session on presenting and communicating with public audiences. Our participants gained confidence in communicating their work and messages. Confidence that pushed them to have some fun. After that, the real challenge began.
Yeah, so that's all you're going to do. You've got that window to go and select all your different images. Oh, there we go.
Right. Where's your screw head?
In there.
Yeah.
You gonna screw it together?
So was that, and you submit it on time?
No, it goes on top like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Lucy Girdlestone. I've just finished my undergraduate degree in history. My topic covers the impact that British TV documentaries of the 1980s and 1990s have had on laws, attitudes and practices. I'm going to make a kaleidoscope, and I wanted to make it so it's visually stimulating for someone to look at, but it's also got facts in it and it's informative. So inside it, in regards to my topic, I have facts and figures of key information regarding rape convictions and different things to do with rape. I want it to be really colourful because the information inside is so dark. I don't want to lighten it up, but that's how I think it's going to look more appealing to look at. Until you obviously look at the information, it's quite shocking and hard-hitting. But that's what I want. I want the shock effect, so people are actually aware of it.
There's a wonderful sense of interface about this project. That's what I really love about it. And it goes through the abstract level, you know, the idea of how do humans understand the world and experience the world? Should they do academic inquiry, or should they express themselves artistically? And this project sort of meets both of those. And I think we really see it in the students' artwork, you know, because they've got so much to say about their topic that it just all comes out in their creativity.
Does creative assessment have a place in a humanities and social sciences curriculum? And what could that look like? Day 3 started with a roundtable discussion where these ideas were explored in detail.
And just come together to discuss important policy decisions and debate them, and as a pair or as a group of the class, choose 3 global issues that require international intervention, consider the positions and resources of the country.
My name is Nadia, I'm from South Africa, a city called Johannesburg. I think art is a very powerful tool for liberation, for communicating messages and appealing to a sense of you know, something's not quite right. What are we getting wrong? So what I'm trying to highlight with my project or my piece of art is a sense of alienation that is created by capitalism, by neoliberal policies. It's almost as if we have a path in front of us, and it's, you know, get an education, get a job, contribute to the economy, and at most, majority of us barely survive that way.
As day 4 rolls in and the emotions are building up as the exhibition of their work is approaching, the participants gather for a feedback session.
You know, I used to think before, like, oh, that's a nice background, that's a nice angle, but now I've learned things about the lighting, and actually, like, picking up the professional camera is not easy. Like, I found I took a better picture with my iPhone, but now I think it's just like anything, you just need practice and learn.
The participants are on a high after the feedback session, but keen to crack on and finalise their work ahead of the evening exhibition.
Yeah. Am I off? No.
I don't know.
Not that attitude.
That's very nice to do.
I know. I'm Tyra, and I am a third-year Sociology and Criminology student. I'm an intern doing various different things, and I'm a race equality advocate. For me, it's been really difficult to kind of get into an academic writing style because I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic. So for me, sitting there writing an essay, it takes a lot of mental willpower for me to get through it. So like writing my dissertation, I was like, I just need this to be over. Whereas like the boot camp is something a lot more like artistic. Like I can be a little bit more chatty, I can do things a little bit differently in order to kind of show what my dissertation is about. And sometimes it's really difficult to kind of engage people in such a heavy topic of domestic violence. So like creating a piece of artwork to be like, oh hey, like come look at this, it kind of opens up that conversation.
With the final adjustments made and the clock ticking, everyone gets one last good look at their work as they're putting it on display.
How does it feel?
What?
I mean, seeing your prints for the first time.
Yeah, it was good. It's like, wow, like...
You made that.
Yeah.
Actually, you made that. No, it's...
And you made it seem like they were going to be bad, but they look really good.
I didn't make it seem like they're going to be bad. I didn't want you to put any expectations.
Yeah.
And so, the show. Participants, technicians, the bootcamp team, and friends and family gather in the Ruskin Gallery. And the final result? Awe. They did it. In just 4 days, our participants not only created striking exhibition pieces, but also impact, getting people to take notice of global issues. the first step to making change.
I had said to the students quite a lot that this is an experiment and that they're pioneers and they don't need to worry about the product that they're kind of creating, that we're much more interested in the process and to not worry. And then early in the week, someone said, I know you keep saying this, Fiona, but actually we really want to make something really brilliant. And then I thought, yeah, they're really, really going for it. And that's when I thought, right, this is actually going to be something quite special. So to see the work in the gallery, for them to exhibit in the Ruskin Gallery in Cambridge, a world famous art school, is really fantastic. So for us to claim a bit of that space is really, really nice.
A really exciting aspect of the project is that sort of almost like a kind of time pressure, those 4 days. Sometimes it can really bring out people's creativity. It's something new for them as well. I think that might have been a factor as well. So exactly as Fiona said, we were very, very cautious at the start, but then we saw their confidence growing and growing, and this kind of excitement and freshness, and that's really, it's very palpable in there, in the exhibition.
I'd love to do this again. I definitely think whether it's as intense as we've had this week, like we're saying, I think that intensity has been a really good thing. But definitely in terms of the future of this project, there's obviously a fantastic legacy of the project in terms of what the students have kind of taught us this week. That's been a really important part, that how they've responded, how they've actually they've really, really gone for it. They've been able to adapt, they've responded, how they've brought their ideas out. That's taught us something about our students and the potential for our students in the future. There's a legacy of the creative assessments that will go into the courses in Humanities and Social Sciences. And whether this becomes an annual thing for the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, I think it's a bit of a watch this space.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely second that. And you were saying there sort of final impressions, and I was thinking, I hope, this is a springboard, and we can do lots more of this. And again, that principle, as Fiona was saying, whichever way we put it into practice, I think this thing of crossing over into creative arts and the creativity, that sort of, as I said, that interface with humanities is wonderful, and I think it's got a lot of potential. That's what I would say.